Hey guys, let's get into some new comic books today. Let's get right into it. New Warriors. This one kind of like looks like it's a little bit weak condition. You can see that the kind of like loose staples here, but New Warriors was a fun comic. The future Marvel Boy, and then we got Legion of Superheroes with Lobo on cover. We got some Before Watchmen. Um, this one's Moloch. This one as well is Moloch. This one as well is Rorschach. Watchmen being, of course, by Alan Moore originally, but the Before Watchmen was later. These by Straczynski and by Azzarello. Eclipso was a great storyline. Eclipso actually in the DC universe was the spirit of vengeance originally, that God used to destroy Noah. The flood in the Noah story. I'm not kidding. And then the Spectre replaced him. So he is evil. He's kind of the dark side. The Eclipso storyline was really a lot of. I enjoyed it, and it was 1982. So again, this is one of the rare non-Marvel, non-DC storylines that I was picking up at the time. The Demon. There we go. I read an issue of the Demon earlier. From this run, it was pretty interesting. All new Ultimates featuring Miles Morales, obviously. Superman during the Triangle era, so we have the little triangle there. The Triangle era are being collected as part of the world's finest epic, kind of like Marvel epic size as of 2026. Um, the Incredible Hercules, although that's Thor on the cover. 52 miniseries. So we got a couple of those issues. And more 52. And more 52. Yep, there we go. An issue of The Question. Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the name of the video today. It's going to be Curse of the Weird Comic Bargains. And if you want to see Stranger Tales of these, see a doctor. That's funny. I think if I'm right, most of these look like to me reprints. So unless that first storyline, no, even that first one says "Do not panic," and says even that first story is by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. So do not panic. So these are like reprints of some of the old weird storylines that were in the anthology titles of Marvel prior to the Silver Age. So this is kind of a lot of fun, and I'll definitely want to read this and check it out. Curse of the Weird Bargains. Then we have the issue of Fables number one. This is a reprint, a dollar book reprint of Fables number one, which took all the fairy tale creatures and put them in a storybook line. Unfortunately, because the TV series Once Upon a Time, Fables didn't come to TV when this book was coming out. So it might maybe later now that Once Upon a Time is the series has been gone for several years. The Demon. Spiral Zone looks like it was a failed attempt to do a toy line. This was kind of interesting. I actually kind of dug this, and it was, I believe, it was set place in the future too, which is kind of fun. It says, let me get to this. In the year 2007. That's right. This book in the 1980s was about the year 2007. And what happened and how there was spiral zones and how it was basically a post-apocalyptic future for kids. Like I don't know, but I read this book. It was kind of fun actually. If you like kind of like the 80s cartoon aesthetic, um, they can always reboot it and just dust off the name and do something like they did. Like do the Battlestar Galactica approach. Hawkman with Adam. Uh, Another lesser known DC title, Primal Force. We have Avengers by Jeff Johns. Cool looking issue of Teen Titans. And this cover is a nod for the Terminator 1 poster, New X-Men. I like this cover of Wolverine. That looks very dynamic and very cool. Definitely something I want to read. Looks like he's fighting aliens, actually. That looks cool. This is Harbinger by Valiant, which I believe is a nod to Harbinger #1's cover. Young All-Stars, another DC title that a lot of people haven't heard of, read. Legion, Crusade Entertainment. She, the SHI is pronounced she, I believe. Kind of a samurai assassin type character. Young All-Stars, Trinity of Sin, Pandora from the New 52, Forever Evil storyline. We have Teen Titans, and then X-Men Messiah Complex, an issue of 52, and then an issue of JLA, and then finally for this video, Domino 5. That's it for this video. Remember to look for the curse of the weird comic bargains. Thank you, and stay sweaty.